It is 2 in the morning, and the basement light snaps on, casting long shadows across the cold concrete floor. You're just heading down to check a noise when you see it out of the corner of your eye. Something with many legs crosses the floor in a blur of unnatural movement that triggers an ancient, instinctive revulsion deep in your brain. Your hand immediately reaches for the heavy work shoe resting on the bottom stair. You raise it high above your head. Stop. The house centipede is the only dedicated predator that actively hunts cockroaches, clothes moths, silverfish, and bedbugs inside your walls every single night. This creature operates entirely for free, patrolling the hidden spaces of your home where chemical treatments rarely reach and where true pests thrive unchecked. When you crush this hunter, you're essentially firing your best exterminator, while choosing to keep the actual pests that cause real damage to your property and your peace of mind. The cost of this error goes far beyond a single dead insect on your basement floor. Without this apex predator patrolling your floorboards, the populations of destructive and disease-carrying insects are given free rein to multiply in the dark corners of your home. You're trading a harmless, temporary scare for a permanent infestation that will quietly chew through your winter coats, contaminate your pantry staples, and potentially infest your mattress. The mechanisms of your home's hidden ecosystem rely on this balance, and removing the primary carnivore guarantees that the herbivores and scavengers will experience a population boom. You might feel a brief moment of relief after bringing that shoe down, but you're actively making your home less sanitary and more vulnerable to the insects that actually want to live in your spaces and consume your resources. What you are looking at is Scutigera Coleoptrata, a creature whose alien appearance masks its incredible utility. You can identify it by its 1 to 1.5 inch body length and its 15 pairs of delicate, arching legs, with each pair growing progressively longer toward the back to prevent them from tangling when it runs. Its body is a distinctive yellow-brown color, marked clearly with 3 dark, longitudinal stripes running down its back. When it moves, it does so in explosive, unpredictable bursts of speed that make it seem almost supernatural. You must understand that this is not a centipede you can confuse with dangerous tropical species, as those look entirely different and behave differently. No centipede that poses a genuine biting threat to humans has this many long, fragile legs visible at once, nor do they inhabit standard residential basements in this manner. The architecture of its body is specifically designed for traversing varied indoor terrain, from smooth drywall to rough concrete, allowing it to access the narrowest gaps where other insects hide. People often mistake their frantic movements for aggression, but this erratic sprinting is simply the most efficient way for them to cover ground and ambush prey. Recognizing these physical markers is crucial because it allows you to override your fear response with logical identification. Once you know exactly what Scutigera Coleoptrata looks like, you can stop viewing it as an invader and start recognizing it as a highly specialized, beneficial resident of your home's ecosystem. This creature hunts by pure speed and venom, never relying on traps or webs to secure its next meal. Its prey list is a definitive catalog of the worst household pests: cockroaches, silverfish, fire brats, carpet beetles, small spiders, flies, and even bedbug nymphs. To catch these agile survivors, the house centipede covers roughly 1.3 feet per second, making it the absolute fastest arthropod in your entire home. It has absolutely no interest in biting humans, and will only attempt to do so if physically held down or trapped against bare skin. Contrast this trivial risk with the devastating impact of the creatures it actively eliminates from your environment every single night. The house centipede's venom delivery system is not fangs or mandibles. What look like fangs are forcipules, modified front legs. They are short, curved, and in most encounters with a healthy adult human, too weak to pierce intact skin. The venom exists. The delivery mechanism rarely reaches you. This venom is highly calibrated to affect other arthropods, disrupting their nervous systems immediately, but it is effectively harmless to humans and common household pets. Its speed allows it to chase down cockroaches that easily evade human attempts to squash them, and its flat body lets it squeeze into the same microscopic crevices where bedbugs attempt to hide during daylight hours. By maintaining a constant patrol of your baseboards, plumbing penetrations, and storage areas, this hunter applies continuous pressure on pest populations, preventing them from reaching critical mass. You are essentially hosting a highly evolved biological control agent that works tirelessly while you sleep, demanding no payment and leaving no toxic chemical residue behind. A house centipede is essentially a biological tracking device for other, more serious infestations lurking out of sight. If you see one standing in the middle of your basement floor, it is there because something it eats currently lives in that exact area. There is a common and reliable correlation. Carpet beetles thrive in stored winter items, silverfish multiply in old paper boxes, and cockroaches congregate near floor drains. The centipede simply follows the food source, and the food source is the actual problem you need to address. Treat the presence of this hunter as a diagnostic signal rather than a threat, a clear indicator that your home's unseen ecosystem has enough prey to support an apex predator. When you observe where the centipede is hunting, you're gathering valuable information about the condition of your home and the invisible flow of moisture and organic matter. It acts as a living alarm system, emerging into the open only when the population of its prey has expanded beyond the deep wall voids. Instead of reacting with fear, you should react with curiosity, tracing the centipede's path back to the damp corner, the forgotten cardboard box, or the failing weather stripping that is inviting the real pests inside. Reframe your understanding of this creature. It is not a sign that your house is dirty, but rather a sign that the natural defenses of your home are actively working to correct an imbalance. First, you must never spray chemical pesticides when you encounter this creature, as doing so only poisons the hunter while the hidden prey continues to multiply safely inside the walls. Second, you need to reduce the moisture that sustains both the centipede and the insects it follows, since all of them require a damp environment to survive. Fix any slow drains, address basement condensation with a dehumidifier, and ensure that your bathroom exhaust fans are functioning correctly to eliminate humid air. Third, if you absolutely must relocate the centipede because it has wandered into a bedroom or living space, use a large glass and a piece of stiff cardboard to trap it gently. It will not survive the brutal suction of a vacuum cleaner, and crushing it leaves a stain while defeating the purpose of biological pest control. Fourth, take immediate steps to seal the entry points and harborage areas of its prey by caulking gaps around plumbing pipes and sealing cracks at the foundation level. When you remove the food source and the moisture, the centipede will naturally move on to better hunting grounds without requiring any lethal intervention on your part. This approach shifts your strategy from endless reactive killing to permanent structural exclusion, making your home inhospitable to pests while sparing the beneficial predators. By following these specific steps, You create an environment that naturally regulates itself, saving you money on exterminators and reducing your exposure to household chemicals. Turn on your basement or bathroom light tonight and tell me in the comments, did it freeze or did it run?